What's up, guys? Welcome back from the Diablo 3 build guide for season 18. This is going to be the monk. This is going to be a Raiment of 1,000 Storms crippling wave build, right? We'll go through the skills, the gear, the rotation, all that stuff, everything you need to know to get this build up and running. I'll leave a Diablo fans link in the description. So let's get started. Starting off with these skills, we're going to be using Wave 100 Fists with Annihilation, Crippling Wave with Mangle, Breath of Heaven for Infused with Light, Dashing Strike with Radiance, Mantra of Salvation with Agility, and Serenity with Ascension. We're going to use Harmony, a Clarity, Seize Initiative, and Exalted Soul. As far as our gear goes, we're going to be using all the pieces for Raiment of 1,000 Storms, and I'll go through every one of these slots and give you the idea of like what stats you need here and everything, and then there'll be more detail in the Diablo fans link. Starting off with the shoulders, we need Dex, Vit, All Res, and some area damage. For our helm, we want Dex, Vitality, Crit, and then we want to use a diamond in here for cooldown reduction. We're using Traveler's Pledge and Compass Rose, so we want double crit with a socket. We want Bane of the Stricken in our amulet, and then for our gloves, we want double crit, some area damage, and then you know, you can get some cooldown here too if you want, but really the most important thing is going to be that double crit and then area damage. For your chest piece, we want reduced damage from elites, dexterity, and vitality. We're going to be putting all emeralds in here for dexterity. For our bracers, we have spirit guards. We want fire damage, dex, vitality, and then we want crit chance. And you can try to get spirit guards as close to 60% as possible. For our belt, we're using string of ears. We want dex, vitality, life percentage, crippling wave damage. And then for our other ring, our compass rose, we're going to want dex, crit is important with a socket, and then Bane of the Trapped in that. Pants, you're going to have Dex, Vit, Crippling Wave with emeralds as well. And then for our other ring, we're going to be using our Unity. So with Unity, we're going to have a Unity on the follower as well with an immortality token to help our survivability. And then our other legendary gem is going to be Simplicity, Strength. For our weapons, we'll be using Shenlong's Spirit. And then we want to try to get damage percentage, area damage, and dexterity here. Use a gift on both of these to put emeralds in for crit damage. And try to get you know, we want to try to get, you won't be able to get, it's gonna be hard to get like, you know, both, you know, area damage and damage percentage on each one, but definitely prioritize damage percentage at all costs. And then on your boots, you want dex, vitality, all res, and then armor. So for your cube, what we're looking at here is gonna be Flying Dragon, Depth Diggers, and then Convention of Elements. And then if you're not over 800 Paragon, you're going to be prioritizing movement speed and then dexterity. For offense, you want crit, and then cooldown, and then attack speed. And if your crit's already high too, you can kind of go attack speed, crit, and then cooldown. For defense, go resist all, life, armor, life regen. For utility, go area damage, life per hit, and then resource cost reduction. And then finally, gold fine. Alright, so we're just going to go through the rotation a little bit inside of a GR70. And the way Shenlong Spirit works is once you get to maximum spirit, it's going to just fast drain all your spirit. The idea here is that while we're trying to build up to our maximum spirit, we're going to be kind of using Crippling Wave, we're going to be using our generators, kind of staying alive, but then once we get a significant amount of spirit, we're going to be using Dashing Strike to really move around the rift as quickly as possible to clear it as fast as possible. So we're just going to go ahead and jump into a GR75 here. I'm going to use Dashing Strike in here. I'm going to just start casting Crippling Wave, and then we're waiting for a charge basically here for Dashing Strike the best we can. You can kind of like just, you know, hold down for Crippling Strike and kind of move around with targets like this, but Dashing Strike is going to do a lot of damage when you kind of get in here. These guys are just kind of moving around a whole lot. Grab orbs, and then you can just use as many charges as you can. If it refunds, if you use a 75, it's going to give you a charge. So you want to kind of time your movement with Dashing Strike with high amounts of spirit. And then also using Wave 100 Fists to get stacks up on that as well. Once you ever get everything kind of moving and all that stuff, it gets a lot easier. You're not using Nemesis Bracers, so you don't have to worry about like jumping away from pylons or anything. I usually try to like use Dashing Strike like that whenever we're like high on spirit, and then I just kind of like, I'll kill trash if I have to, and just like go for like big density like this. Use Wave 100 Fists. We're at high spirit now, so we can go really fast and just kind of move. And you kind of like watch for champion elites and stuff like that. Use Dazzling Strike definitely just to get in between champion packs. This rift is a little weird because I haven't seen any, but I think we're just not getting a whole lot of champion elites. Might be a weird PTR thing. There's one up here, so what we're going to do is we're going to jump up in here. Use Wave 100 Fists a little bit. Pop our potion just for a little more survivability. Use Dazzling Strike around a little bit to get those orbs. And like look at our map here. So we see where we need to go. Our spirit's up. So we're going to try to use... we get like 3 charges off of a full one. We're at like 300 something spirit or so. And just try to use Dashing Strike to move around. Sometimes you get hit walls and weird shit happens, but you know it's really fast to get around if you're timing it right. So we're about at full spirit now, so we're gonna try to get down here as fast as possible. And we're kind of getting, and whenever you see the buff for Dashing Strike, you can try to keep moving. Once you have enough spirit to actually, you know, you'll need spirit and a charge for it, essentially. You see here. We're doing alright, despite the fact that we're not getting a whole lot of like champion elites. We're doing good. Shenlongs, you gotta kind of like hit Dashing Strike, you know, near the top before it maxes out, because once it hits the top, it's gonna start sucking it dry. Really, just champion elite hunting is the name of the game. Doors, any sort of tile set with doors is just gonna be like the bane of your existence. Really, so we're gonna get this. You don't have to try to like travel long distances with Dashing Strike. Just try to like travel in between champion or elite packs or density or whatever the case may be. So we see down here we have the door. We can just go in here and get started. Getting good at just moving around with Dashing Strike is important. Not trying to like over dash or anything like that, but just try to like, you know, keep progress moving, especially in like these zones like this. It's easier to like go through it. You know, like we went past that pylon, we saw it was there, then we did make the choice to go back towards it. So we'll go do this. Like I said, sometimes I'll just like kind of like, you know, point at mobs, do a little bit of walking with Crippling Wave, and then, you know, when I get enough spirit, I'll just kind of like, you're not going to waste any time doing it since you're going to be, you see it right here is, we got like a Dashing Strike buff here. So we use Wave of Light. Not Wave of Light, but Breath of Heaven. Just kind of stay alive a little bit, Singularity and everything like that. Get this guy out of the way. They get close enough to him. Now we just died. Just some weird shit happened like that. Shielding was kind of in the way. But even if, well, I guess it's good like too, if you die, it doesn't take a whole lot to get, you know, back up and running. Use Force Move a couple of times. Get everything up. Keep your buffs up. You can kind of just keep moving. You can see our time is pretty good. So we're in here. These straightaway tile sets are pretty good with this build. Dashing Strike does a lot of damage too, so like if you're in mobs or groups that are just not going down, just Dashing Strike onto the target. You'll notice that's going to be very, very beneficial with single target and with Rift Guardians. So even if you're like, you know, sitting there fighting one target, if you Dashing Strike onto it, you'll do damage, a lot of damage to it. So we're almost hitting the Rift here. Keep Wave 100 Fist up, you know, try to get that going. Keep it moving. It's really hard actually. It's kind of difficult to play this build while also trying to record and talk about it, because there's a lot of stuff going on. You kind of have to like keep moving. You're like watching the map as it goes by really quick. Dashing Strike a little bit. Shenlongs, we're waiting on Shenlongs to come back up. There we go. Also, we just hit walls, and there's no density in here either. We're just gonna try to get through this. We need a couple more. So guys like that, you gotta try to get close to. So like using shift to like stop your movement can kind of screw you up sometimes. Use mantra. Waiting for a charge here. We're at like 99%. There we go. We're gonna just chill out here, get a charge. Once he's like attackable, we're just gonna like Dashing Strike at him. There we go. When they have ads, it's a lot easier as well too. Yeah, it just takes a little bit of practice getting used to it. No big deal. The good thing about this build is though it's really quick, and then you can move through the rift really fast, which I really enjoy. Not too bad. I mean, like this build is not augmented or anything, but once you get it augmented and all that stuff kind of like in place, it really speeds up the process of going through everything. But anyway, I hope you like this video. Let me know if you're gonna play Monk or this build or something like it in season 18. Hit the subscribe button for more Diablo content. Head over to Twitch to see the live stream, all that good stuff. But anyway, peace out and good luck.